rejiggered the packaging to make sure that the benefits are easy to understand for consumers, and so that your driving experience and your windshield is always clear. Our de-icer product, specifically formulated for winter season driving, melts snow and ice. Keeping your windows clear in the summertime is what our bug wash does, and our reformulated 3-in-1 product does both of those things, but also has a rain shield in it as well. So, really proud to talk about the new products, but I think what you're all here for is something that we're really excited about, which is our new relationship and sponsorship arrangement and the special new project that we're doing with the Ring Brothers. We decided that we wanted to do something really special and unique that symbolizes our commitment to quality, to high performance, and the specialness of our brand and our product range. And of course, our special project had to be a car. And those were the hard decisions, trying to figure out what we were going to do. The easy decision was trying to figure out who we were going to work with. We went and we talked to the best guys in the world in terms of building the coolest, the best, high-performance custom cars. I can tell you from the time that I've spent with Jim and Mike, you know, we know them obviously through the industry. We know them as being the premier custom car builders on the planet. But what I can tell you is that they are the nicest guys in the world to work with. We're really proud to be associated with them. I'm going to kick it over to them in a minute and let them tell you about the exciting new project that we're going to do. Before we do that though, I think we have a short video that we're going to tee up that helps explain that a little bit.
We like to take old cars and make them modern. We cut them up 6 ways to Sunday, but I guess what we really take pride in is that what we build, you can drive.
I'm Jim Ring. I'm with the Ring Brothers. This is my brother Mike.
I'm Mike.
When you're spending this kind of money on these engines, you definitely want the right product. We use Prestone just because we know it's the best product out there. There's a lot of expensive parts in these more than the ones that
We grew up with our father having Prestone barrels in the Scally station. And it's
kind
just,
of gets burned into your mind.
yeah, I mean, you think of antifreeze, you think of Prestone.
We've got this Javelin that we're doing for Prestone, and it's honestly a car that Mike and I always wanted to do.
And to see it roll into town was,
The town is 602 for that, and AMX Javelin is pretty cool.
when I first saw that AMX Javelin, it was like, not only was it a Javelin, it was the Javelin to have.
We're going to move a lot of money on it in a short amount of time. We're going to get this car done in a year from now. Pretty cool car. We're excited to do this.
So let's officially welcome Jim and Mike Ring. How about a round of applause for these guys? You know, when you talk about quality, when you talk about great brands like Prestone, Ring Brothers, you guys go so well together. How did you guys really start with your love of cars?
You know, it was at an early age. It started with a love of lawnmowers, actually. You know, we just got used to the smell of gas and oil and everything in between. And as young guys, we'd tear stuff apart and let it run in our backyard until our mom ran out of patience or the thing ran out of gas. But my dad had a small Skelly gas station when we grew up. He raised 7 kids out of that station. And that's probably the start of it, you know, just being around it and the smell of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I keep telling the same story, but you know, back as old as we are, you wanted to meet the girls and you couldn't do it without a car, so you had to do it with the car.
So, you know, every year you guys come to SEMA and you unveil these amazing creations that take sometimes years and years to build. Can you guys tell us a little bit about the cars that you brought here this year?
We actually brought 3 cars. We brought a 1948 Cadillac that built for Wes Rydell, and you know, he came to us and he really wanted to. He has a love for the 48, and he really wanted to build a car that he can literally drive every day, and still get out and have that feel of his love with the 48. So he actually brought us 2 brand new Cadillacs, 2016 ATS-V twin turbo. We completely cut one 100% apart and basically built this 48 out of it. Funny story about that particular Cadillac, every single part in that new Cadillac is in this 1948 except for the side curtain airbags. And what I found out is we had left the third brake light out of it. And when we got here, OnStar called Wes Rydell on his phone and said he's got a tail light out of his Cadillac. So it was kind of a funny story. But the second car is a 69 Camaro in the Royal Purple booth. It's a car built for Don Atkinson. Just, you know, what can you do with a 69 Camaro that hasn't already been done? It was very important to Don that the car was recognizable at the end of being a 69, and he's happy, that makes me happy. Third car is a 65 convertible that, you know, the Ring Brothers, we've done our share of Mustangs. And that car, we widened the car 4 inches because we always felt them cars had a little too narrow in the back end. And pretty cool car, you have to check it out.
Mike, how are those cars doing in the Battle of the Builders right now?
Yeah, that's, you had to ask. It's pretty amazing with all these vehicles here and the people that entered. We entered the Camaro and the Cadillac in the top for the Battle of the Builders, and both cars are in the top 10. So that's pretty amazing.
I mean, that's unheard of. The judging is real tough on that, and they're not going to be any easier on you guys because they know your quality, they know what you're capable of. So that might be why the Winnebago probably did not get submitted for that same build?
Probably not.
Tell us a little bit about
that. Waste Management want this thing.
How did you guys decide, let's make this party on wheels and build this?
You know, we bought this, we actually had a little piece of property on the river in Wisconsin, and a friend of mine called me and said, hey, there's this crazy Winnebago going through Barrett-Jackson. We think you guys ought to buy this and just park it down there. We can all come down and drink beer out of it. So I called a friend of mine, you know, it was all pallet lined with just pallet boards, and I called a friend of mine that was at Barrett-Jackson. I said, if that thing goes really cheap, buy it, because when we get out there and he goes, 12 grand, you own it. And the thing was really worth $200 at best. So, you know, after a lot of thought, maybe not enough thought, but we decided to just have fun with it, you know, and it was a great project for everybody in the shop. You know, with 1,000 horsepower, it's you can get to the parties fast, and somebody else has got to bring it home. But it's good. We had a lot of fun with this vehicle.
Of all the cars that you guys build and how you really approach each one, I would have to assume this is the least aerodynamic vehicle that's probably ever been in the shop, let alone you guys have driven. What was it like to take this on the Power Tour?
Scary.
Have you ever held a piece of plywood up in a like 60-mile-an-hour wind before? It's just hard to hold on to.
I mean, the flat glass windshield, just that part alone, let alone the fact that it's basically a brick rolling down the road. How fast would you say you got this thing?
About 126.
Approximately 126.
Yeah, but you say the flat. You know, it's so crazy. We had no idea, but Casey Wagner, the people that built the motor for us, Casey actually said, weren't you afraid the windshield was going to come in on you? And I hadn't even thought of that. So now I'm deathly afraid because it's still 72 vintage Arizona.
The side of this thing says brave, but it's full of scared.
Yeah, brave and stupid. It says real small underneath there with 1,000 horsepower. I mean, that's a testament to Prestone right there. 1,000 horsepower on the summer Power Tour, and this thing, that's huge. Let's talk about the new project, the new development, the partnership with Prestone, coming together, and you guys all putting your heads in. You said, we've got a car, this is what I think we should build. Take us through a little bit about that and how you picked that car.
I've told the story a few times here, but not for everybody else. It's a car I fell in love with. My brother over here he actually bought my dad's gas station, and I used to wash cars for him on Saturdays and change oil. And this AMX Javelin came into town, and it was one of the ones I'd wash on Saturdays. Jim was too young, he was still looking at mini bikes or something, but no, I worked with my brother a lot, and it was just every week I'd see that car, and it was just something about that car. And then he would take me to Wisconsin Dells Raceway, and a racer named Tom Reffner and Dick Trickle would race these cars and dominated. So it was just like, how could you not love this car? I thought everybody, would buy one. You know, being in a town of 600 to see this special car. Never imagined this guy would ever get rid of the car. The last time that oil was changed in that car and that oil's still in there is 1977, and I did it. So it's really special.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, to me, you know, I think we had to do a little convincing to Steve about doing this thing.
It's funny when people talk about it, because the first thing that comes to their mind is Javelin. And when you then scratch the surface a little bit more and you understand about the AMX connection, then you start to get really excited about it. And from the connection to Prestone, one of the things that I really like about it is it's the coming together of two vehicle lines in AMC. And it's kind of a hybrid in that sense. And it's sort of, to me, it kind of symbolizes the all makes, all models. You know, our fluid works in any car, any make, any model, in an AMX, in a Javelin, in an AMX Javelin, and in a Ring AMX Javelin, right? Because you guys kind of take it to another level when it comes to things coming together.
Let's face it, them cars had a lot of parts from a lot of different manufacturers when they built them, so I think it's a great connection, and we really look forward to this car. It's something my brother and I have talked about for years, and you know, obviously doing what we do, we always have to try to stand apart, so bringing a different girl to the date should be pretty fun next year.
I mean, and what Steve says is true. Any car Prestone works in, the fact that you guys know that there's no car in the world that you can't work on, that, I mean, that together is what's such a big deal to me, because the AMX, as you guys are learning, that is a hardcore group of people that love those cars, and they obviously care about where it's going to go. So when you approach a vehicle like this, you know, give folks a little bit of an idea of what do you think a timeline is. We believe that car's going to be here next year, and in a year for a car like that and the touches that you guys do, that's going to be some pretty long nights, I think, already.
Oh yeah. I'll let him explain how we're going to do it.
We'll have it here. There's no doubt about it. We're not afraid of hard work, and we really, you know, when you want to do something like this and you're really excited about it, it's a lot easier to get done. But I'm looking forward to having that car here next year. You know, when you talk about the passion for the AMX guys and the Javelin guys, and you know, you just got to cross your fingers and hope they like it. By the way, the Pantera, when we did that, I got a call from the Pantera Club of America president, and he kind of let me have it with both barrels for doing what we did to that. So I'm hoping everything will be good there.
What's amazing, if you guys know the Ring brothers, what I think is so cool and why I'm still a little bit starstruck to be here with you, you guys take what makes that car so special, what made it so unique, but you also figure out a way how to bring the technology, the performance, everything about it really to modern day without making it look like you just let a guy go loose with a can of Bondo. And that's really difficult for a lot of builders when they approach that. And that's what I think is going to be so unique about it. Can you give us any hints? Can you tell us at all?
Yeah, I can tell you it's going to be yellow.
All right, that's a pretty big hint right there. You guys, let's give the Ring brothers a round of applause. Thank you for being here, you guys. This is so cool. We want to invite the media to come on up, grab a drink, check out the inside of the RV. Again, we want to thank Prestone. Welcome back to SEMA. So glad you guys are here. And I can't wait to be back here next year and see that car. It's going to be awesome.
Me too.
Congratulations. Thank you, guys.